I don't think I had a problem from the men as being a woman, because I was clear in what I wanted us to do as a team.
Behold an embodiment of grace and determination. A woman whose gentle demeanor belies her unyielding confidence and unwavering resolve. Professor Dorothy Limunga Njeuma, a trailblazer in every sense of the word, dismisses any notion that her appointments as a university executive were solely driven by considerations of gender. Instead, she perceives herself as a seasoned professional, bringing a treasure trove of experience to the table. As the pioneering female and longest-serving Vice-Chancellor of the University of Buea, the foremost Anglo-Saxon institution in the country, Professor Dorothy Limunga Njeuma left an indelible mark during her tenure from 1993 to 2005. Through her visionary leadership, she transformed UB into a beacon of excellence, carving uncharted paths through challenges and setting the stage for its unparalleled success.
I looked at it as an institution which we could have in Cameroon to resemble something which our young people seek to get outside. I was lucky to have studied at Brown University in the United States. That was a campus university, beautiful, clean, green, and with a lot of order and discipline. And that was my ambition. Fortunately, also, I had people who shared that vision, and we worked together as a team, with me as team leader. And I'm gratified that we were able to come up with an institution that is worth the name.
I declare you installed in your function of President of the Board of Directors and Director of the University of the World.
The graduate of the University College of London later assumed the position of rector at the University of Yaoundé. This appointment came amidst apprehension and skepticism following the social unrest at the University of Yaoundé and in the University of Buea, which tragically claimed lives.
I think those strikes at the University of Buea were the worst part of my experience, because I could not understand that we were doing the best that we thought we should do for young people, and some of them thought that it wasn't good and they should destroy what we were trying to do. The first strike was 1993, and thereafter there were others, and it's unfortunate. It's really very regrettable.
Nevertheless, Professor Dorothy Limunga Njeuma remained unwavering, uncompromising and resolute in her endeavor to improve Yaoundé. Her distinctive managerial style soon garnered the admiration of many. Professor Dorothy Limunga Njeuma is widely regarded as a pillar within the nation's educational system, her impact reverberating through the years. The professor of zoology has also held esteemed positions such as the pioneer female vice minister of national education, technical advisor to the Minister of Higher Education and Scientific Research, and Director General of the Buea University Center before assuming the mantle of Vice Chancellor. Opinions about her vary. Some of her closest former collaborators describe her as sagacious, visionary, organized, and strict.
I met Professor Njeuma earlier, before I came to work at University of Buea. And that was when, in the interlude, when she briefly worked as a technical advisor at the Ministry of Scientific Research and Innovation. And she showed an interest to do some laboratory work at the Biotechnology Center in Yaoundé, where I was the head or the coordinator. In 1993, I was appointed as Dean of Faculty of Science, and I came and worked under her for 5 years as a Dean, and then I was promoted to Deputy Vice Chancellor in charge of teaching information and communication technology. That portfolio gave me the possibility to work very closely with her. I would describe her as a very serious person, a person of vision, and a person who knows how to work with people of diverse backgrounds and diverse capabilities. Of course, she is a very organized and very strict person, but also very humane in the way she works and deals with people.
Fondly known as Njeuma, she also serves as the chair of the Projects Committee of the Presbyterian Church Buea Station, where she actively participates, a position she has held since 2013.
Soft-spoken, but
firm in her decisions. And I think if you understand her, you like to work with her round the clock. She takes everything as it comes, but in a very organized manner. And to sum it all, I think she's a very organized woman. Works have been done on the fence around the premises, as you see. And we started on this giant project which we have in front of us here. When it comes to mobilizing, she sends letters to her friends, to family members, and when contribution day comes, you see she comes up powerfully and reads the names of all the people she has contacted, and from her action it spurs a lot of the rest of the Christians. And that's how we have moved all for this number of years, and you find this gigantic project here. It's as if Buea Station load money from somewhere, but it's just the little drops coming in from Christians and friends.
At the age of 80, Professor Dorothy Limunga Njeuma is currently a distinguished member of the Electoral Board of Elections, Cameroon. She is also a notable figure within the Buea First Class Chiefdom.
Nyango Dorothy Limunga Levange, as we call her in Mokwe. These are one of the few women who have gone above and beyond to help me coordinate issues within this palace. We are at the bend of the tribe now, where we are trying to take a slightly different direction for where leadership of the tribe has gone to. We've introduced the Bando annual cultural celebration. We are building the Fako Multipurpose Center and a lot of other dynamics that are changing within the tribe. So she has been as one of those pillars in my council. And so when you look at all that, you see this is a lady who should be distinguished as a mother of the palace. This is a woman of integrity. You know, sometimes you doubt people about the quality of person they are because you don't know how to approach them. But for her, she carries her integrity with her right in her palm. So there's no second guessing to her. There are things that you just can't take to her because she walks with her integrity everywhere she goes. And so that's the kind of woman I see her. She's an astute woman. She stands tall among her peers. It's a person you can count on. She's dependable and consistent. And there's somebody that if you can call at midnight, say, Mama Limunga, I have this kind of trouble. I have trouble making decisions about this. In the morning, she'll give you her best advice. When I finish my coronation, I told her, Mama, while you are retiring as an advanced civil servant, I'm just starting my career in chieftaincy. And she told me, this is my best advice I can give you. For every decision that you make sure that it's for the common good of the people and it's defendable. And it's justifiable. If you can meet those three tenets for every decision you make, you'll be a great king. That's the kind of person I want beside me. She's a woman who is a rock in this palace.
As a notable, one of the mothers of the palace, she assumes the role of a torchbearer.
First of all, the ambassadors of the kingdom. They are the ones who are supposed to herald our projects, the good news, the developments we are making. But they also have strategic roles that they play when it comes to advising the king on matters of land, matters of other stools within other communities, matters of governance, matters of procurement, distribution of land within our tribe, matters of acquisition of property for the tribe. So they have quite an enormous a litany of tasks that are, as notables they are supposed to perform. But above all, they are supposed to be my best advisors, my close collaborators.
Professor Dorothy Limunga Njeuma has been an outspoken advocate on issues pertaining to land encroachment and what she deems the disorder within the chieftaincy institution in her community.
You cannot be part of a community without caring about what happens to that community. And I happen to be born and bred Fako, and So I care a lot about what happens about FACO, in addition to what happens about Cameroon. And so when you see things going wrong, you can't just say, okay, whatever happens, happens. Because not only that it affects you as an individual, but it affects your community and therefore the future of your people. The matter of land and what has been happening about with land grabbing in FACO division is indeed a very regrettable situation. And as it is clear, the land grabbing is intimately related with the chieftaincy institution in FACO, where anybody and everybody gets up and say they're a chief. And the objective being to grab as much land as possible to sell. And lots of people, they grumble in the background, but they are not bold enough to act. And somebody has to take the lead in these things.
Within her family circle, she is renowned for her unifying presence, acting as a pillar of strength and mentor.
She's been one of the pillars of our family. We have been blessed, to have her not only as a sister but also as a parent, and for me as a mentor, and somebody who encouraged me in all aspects, educationally, socially, to be a resilient and resourceful person, and also to learn how to be humble when you're serving your community. She's a rassembler, but she does more than that. I cannot think of anyone in this family my age and below who has gone to school whom she has not paid for. So that it expands to about 2 or 3 decades of a Fange generation of children. So she has been extremely helpful. She is strict, yes, but she's also very tender. And she is generous. She's like the way our father was. Our father was a very strict man. He will shout at you, but the next minute he's forgotten. Our father named her after our maternal grandmother, Bamba Limunga Namundu Munjie Amonoke. So our grandmother told our dad that you will see the woman who will come out of here. She herself was a very strong woman, wealthy in her time. We've lived to see what she said.
One of her daughters is also blazing trails as the first female commercial pilot in Central Africa. Despite her myriad accomplishments, Professor Dorothy Limunga Njeuma found time during her prime to indulge in her favorite sports and excelled as a champion in lawn tennis. She also derives immense pleasure from tending to her garden at her humble abode in small Buea and revels in the melodies of religious and classical music.
Tennis was my favorite sport. Anything bat and ball, table tennis, badminton, and then gardening. I'm passionate about flowers and trees, especially trees that produce flowers. And then other things like Scrabble, Monopoly, listening to music especially. Yes, classical music, religious music, yes.
While acknowledging the increasing number of women challenging the status quo, the Grand Officer of the Cameroon Order of Valor encourages them to persist in their endeavors.
Beijing was 1975, and I think that was where President Ahidjo at the time thought that he should bring in another woman, because then there was Mrs. Delphine Changa, who was Minister of Social Affairs, and then he brought me in as the second woman. And then thereafter there were other women, Madame Yao Satu, Madame Fuda, not only women in government, but women in other positions of leadership and decision making. Vice chancellors of universities, secretaries general, directors and general managers of public operations. In the army, we have colonels. In the police, we have commissioners. In territorial administration, we now have SDOs as women. We are waiting for governors.
Placing very high confidence on a woman.
Women in Cameroon, we've made a lot of strides, and I think that we have to keep it up for the good of women as women, but also for the good of Cameroon. Women make up at least 52%. They say 52, but I think it's a lot more than 52. And so we constitute a considerable manpower of, one say, okay, woman power. But of our country, and so we have to continue to ensure that we stand on our feet for the benefit of our families, and of our country.
In recognition of her meritorious service at various levels, Professor Dorothy Limunga Njeuma has been honored with several awards, including the prestigious World's Who is Who of Women recognition in 1997 for exceptional contributions to education in Cameroon and Africa, as well as the title of Best Female Public Manager of Cameroon in 1999. The octogenarian exemplifies the saying, "Still waters run deep." Through her leadership, she's paved the way for generations to come, like a guiding star, proving that even in the face of adversity, one can rise to great heights and paint the sky with the colors of success.